All right, Stranger Things episodes 1 through 4 just dropped. And we're going to get into some of the biggest moments, followed by those juicy conspiracy theories. And at the end, we'll go into some fan discourse. What did you like and what don't you like?
We start off episode 1 with Hawkins in military control. And from what it looks like, they've been in quarantine for 18 months.
Yeah, that's honestly a long time. Like 18 months is crazy.
It was so strange because I don't recall them actually dropping that at any point in time that they've been in there for 18 months.
Yeah, I don't recall it either, but I got this information from online. And
Thank
apparently
God.
it's been 18 months. But, I guess that makes sense, judging by how well they've kind of grown up. Mm-hmm. I mean, each of them have grown. They have their own personalities now, which is pretty cool. And then we have Robin, start a whole new company.
Yeah, the squawk.
Yeah, she didn't have that before.
No, and it actually fits her pretty well as a radio talk show host.
Yeah, exactly. And, I kind of like that the military presence is there, but I do have a lot of questions, because it seems like the civilians are kind of just taking it. Like, where are the protests?
Do they have Oh, that's a good point. I was gonna say, do they have any other option? But
someone has to know. So there's no protest inside or outside.
On the streets, none of that. Actually, you're right. None of the citizens or residents of the town actually pushed back.
I think it would have made more sense if they would have showed some type of
picketing.
Yeah, exactly. The hippies maybe out at the door, with the flowers and everything.
Yeah, get out of Hawkins.
Yeah, get out of Hawkins. And everybody's all under stress and they're just like, the conspiracies are flying. Because apparently there are conspiracies about why the military's there. Because they were talking about originally the monsters.
Definitely. And just to slap a big metal gate on the holes.
Yeah, right? It's like they come with the drill gun. They're like, shh, 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 shh. Okay, guys, nothing to see here.
It's secured, by the way.
They get the kids sledding on it and they're upset. They're like, stupid kids.
The actions of the military in Hawkins is just laughable, honestly. They just don't look like they're put together or know what they're doing. They're scrambling all over the place.
Yeah.
It's kind of a joke.
It kind of reminds me of a Simpsons episode.
And it only got jokier as we kept going through the rest of the episodes.
Oh, yeah. How I knew it was a joke is because when you see some of the military people run, just the way they were running, he was so goofy. They're running so strange. They've never ran in boots before. It was so funny. All right, so let's get into the crawl. And the interesting thing about this scene is they've all been in there about 30 times now, kind of looking for Vecna. They haven't found no signs of him. So that kind of sets the tone that Vecna has been hiding out. And then, when I saw this episode, I'm thinking to myself, why? Why is he so scared? Mm-hmm. What is he hiding out from? What is he waiting for to make his next move? And obviously, down the line, we learn a little bit more information, but we'll get into that when we get into our fan theories and conspiracies.
Yeah. One thing that really the crawl showed me was just how far the Hopkins crew has come. They're right now creating real little mini military operations or guerrilla warfare operations and telling themselves the group has come such a long way from season 1 and their antics to actually running little operations now. It just goes to show you how well organized and how well in sync they are as a group.
Yeah, you're actually right. And they're relying more on each other and on the kids a lot more than they did before. Mm-hmm. And it also shows everyone has their job and the thing they're good at. Yeah. Which I think was kind of also highlighted in this episode with their internal argument. Right. Constantly, bickering with each other. You were supposed to do this. You were supposed to do that. So they have this thing going, especially with the squawk. Yep. Right? They have their own little code and they pay attention to the radio station all the time. Yeah. So all that plays into this whole crawl process and mechanism they have going on.
Yeah, and that brings us to the next big moment of this episode, which is Dustin's internal anger and the whole hellfire fallout across Hopkins High and his strife or trauma of dealing with the grief of Eddie and the blowback from the community. It seems to have taken a toll really on Henderson.
Yeah, I think also too he's been through a lot physically and emotionally. So he's kind of he's taking on this new bad persona, hit me, I don't care. I've already felt this kind of energy before.
He's just kind of numb to it all at this
point. Yeah. I guess when you've been through all the things he's been through, you're no longer some nerd anymore.
Not only that, but you're no longer affected by small, petty things like bullying and even though he still cares about their opinion, but more so that's tied to Eddie's death and the grief that he's still going through that. Yeah. Not more so about the actual
which they introduced it in this episode, but there hasn't really been any answers yet on how he overcomes that. Throughout all 4 episodes, they never really come back to it. So perhaps there's something down the road that it leads to. We just can't see yet. Yeah, speaking of OP, like, what would the crew even do without him? He's kind of been carrying, like, them on his back the whole time, which is why he's been arguing with some of the other cast members, because they're almost useless compared to him.
Yeah.
It's like, what do we need you for? We have Dustin's brain.
I know. I thought at one point, like,
They're just hands,
Mike-
more arms.
I thought Mike was as smart as him until, like, I think it was like season 3 when he really showed his, like, strengths. I was like, oh no, Dustin's on another level.
All right, so we're going to move on to episode 2 and some of the most important moments, especially Holly's kidnapping. I mean, this kind of
Huge.
like foreshadowed what Vecna wanted to do.
Yeah, he gave us the first insight in his plan.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm thinking he's kind of trying to make some kid batteries. That's really what I think.
I'm thinking the same thing. Just 12 bolts.
Yeah, child batteries. I mean, we don't have a lot of information what he's doing yet, but that seems to be the more probable answer at the moment. Oh, and speaking of Holly's kidnapping, like, no one cares about the dad. That man didn't even get a visit.
No, he didn't.
Nothing. We haven't even seen a speck of him. They didn't even tell us. Well, I guess they told us his condition, but like that's as far as it goes. I mean, poor guy, bro.
Yeah, I know they told us about the mom that they were gonna make it through. I guess they paired them together that they were gonna pull through, but they didn't.
I'm just saying, like, no one cares. Once again, the dad is disposable.
Definitely. And that leads us to the next big moment, and that was Will's connection to the hive mind and how he's still integrated to the hive, even though he got the ties severed at some point.
Yeah.
It looks like you never really leave the Mind Flayer and Vecna's control.
It's a gang, bro. You gotta get jumped out. You can't leave. But you know, I kind of like that they did this. Show him still connected because it gives Will more of like a reason to be around.
Right. He's just not another one of the gang that has, because it really, if you look at it, what is Will's other superpower? He doesn't really.
Crying. I don't know. I guess they don't have to worry about their emotions because they have to worry about Will's emotions.
Basically.
That's basically it.
But it definitely is dope that now we're getting some more connection with him in the hive. He's getting some more utility in the group, right?
All right, so the next big moment was the wall, the giant meat wall full of meat.
Yeah, I thought it was a hard wall at first, but it's like a spongy wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a meat self-healing wall almost.
Yeah, that's my...
It's the meat wall. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Which, is I guess a cool part of the show. I mean, how high it is. And it's like, what is this wall doing here? So it's like a mystery that everyone wanted to solve as soon as they saw it.
All right, moving on to episode 3. One of the biggest moments we received in this episode was there are weapons to stop 11. There is a way to actually nerf her and pretty much docile her completely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this weapon works on all of them. And at some point, they didn't show this for no reason. At some point, it might even become something that can be used against Vecna.
Right.
Because Dustin's there.
Yeah.
Big brain. He's
Yeah.
waiting. As soon as he finds this thing, reverse engineering it.
Yeah, maybe make a portable, more smaller version, possibly.
Oh, yes. It's probably going to be in his watch. Buzz Lightyear. Or on the car. The antenna on the car.
Yeah. There you go.
Tell you that's what's
There you
going to happen. Watch. He's going to reverse engineer and put it on top of the car.
Definitely. I'm just surprised that it just full thrown and stopped her. Like, she was pretty much useless.
And, that was sad to see. But, that tells us that there's more to her abilities that we probably know.
Yeah.
Something else, that's going on here.
Her kryptonite.
Yeah, it's kryptonite, exactly. Let's get into Henry's alternate world. Now, I'm still not sure if this is actually in Henry's mind or not.
Yeah, I'm confused too about it.
It's a good, argument here.
It's a good little mystery right now for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are they?
Yeah, exactly. Where are they at? But we do know before this scene, we got a snippet of a teacher talking about wormholes. Which kind of alludes to maybe this isn't his mind, maybe an alternate reality of some sort, a third reality.
I think it's a good call. I really think that was some foreshadowing that they were trying to drop on us there. They didn't just do that.
I think so as well. Like, I can't see the teacher dropping that knowledge for no reason. It is Stranger Things, so they probably have some crazy plan for us.
In reality, it could be Henry or it could actually be the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe Henry's mind might have got split, and possibly.
Yeah, because I mean, I know. So again, last season it showed us like Vecna, Henry as the main villain, but let us not forget that the Mind Flayer is also a villain.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's also he's part of Henry, but he's not Henry as well.
Yeah, possibly. I was thinking the same things too. But, to bring this into the beginning of episode 4, we get the reveal of Sam, who's also in this alternate reality. But I have some thoughts on this because she's tinkering around in Vecna's memories, right? And I don't think that's for no reason either. I think at some point we're going to get a revealing that there's a part of his memory that's separated from his evil side currently.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it away yet, but I really think that we're going to see Vecna be really the villain.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this might be a thing.
I think it's really going to be the Mind Flayer.
They're going to reveal that his memory is fragmented because there's no reason that Sam is running through his memories for no reason.
Yeah,
There just has to be something going on there.
one of the biggest reveals on this episode, right, that showed me that, in episode 4 specifically, was when he was afraid to go into the cave.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And so the cave, to me, meant the upside down world when he was first going through it. And so he's afraid to go into the cave because it reminds him of the other side.
Yeah. Well, there's another theory to that too, guys. Let me go to, since we're at the end, we might as well start going to the theories. So the other theory is that the wall, which exists in the upside down, right? We know that the military created this wall because Dustin figured that out a long time ago.
They created the wall around?
Yes.
No, I thought the wall was created by Vecna.
No, the military created it.
Oh.
That's why it surrounds the lab.
But I thought it was around the lab because maybe that's Vecna's like lair, and he put a wall.
I'll tell you the theory.
Okay.
I'll tell you the theory. Relax.
I'm itching over here, guys. I'm itching. I need to know.
So the theory is that the wall surrounds the lab for a reason because the military created the wall using Eleven's sister. Apparently, they're able to manipulate meat like Vecna is. They're meat manipulators.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
the theory is that this Vecna reality, the wall that Sam is hiding behind, is the same wall that the military created. The other theory is the reason that Vecna won't pass is because of the military weapon that they have on the other side. So whether or not that's true remains to be found out. But I guess we'll figure that out in the next few episodes.
And talking about big moments, this episode did give us Eleven's sister, right?
Yes. Huge moment.
Huge
Eleven's
moment.
sister pops out. She's in the laboratory all chained up, which apparently I would think she's the weapon,
Yeah.
right?
What do you mean, like the weapon that's creating the sonar effect?
Yes.
Oh, no. I think that's some type of ultrasound technology that they found.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because, right, think about this, guys. When did Vecna come out? He came out as soon as they unplugged her. So perhaps she was the reason why he didn't reveal himself in the first place. Why he kept sending his minions. Because you don't remember, that was also mentioned before.
Right.
They were like, Vecna doesn't leave anything undone. He does things himself. So the idea is that he's been sending his minions because he's been afraid of the weapon the whole time. The weapon has been Eleven's sister.
Dang, that is actually very concrete, I would say.
I mean, that's what the internet's telling me, but I do believe that this is possibly true as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense somehow. But the thing is that they were using her own power against her, I guess, because they were using the weapons on her to keep her in prison too. It was all around her, like she was like all glitched out on it, you know?
Exactly, but the actual, I guess, sonar itself was some type of mental connection,
psychic bursts
that they
energy?
have. Psychic bursts coming out from her.
Wow.
So they were using her for that reason.
Interesting. So she must be very powerful, actually.
Well, yeah, give or take, they all kind of have the same abilities. I don't think she used it the way 11 did.
Right.
But, they're all pretty similar to what they are, what they're capable of.
Correct. Well, great theory. Honestly, let's see if it holds true. Can't wait.
All right, before we move on, I did have one more question about Eleven's sister. Because it seems as though the military has been able to figure out what Vecna's plan is. And that's because they have a psychic on their side. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure she's able to kind of remote view into what he's doing in some way. But how could they not find 11? So the only thing I can think of is she's been protecting 11 the whole time.
Yeah.
Keeping them from being able to see her.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I can think of. So it seems like that has been the case. I mean, we'll find out in the next few episodes.
Yeah.
But I think her sister's been protecting her.
Yeah, I definitely think the next episode is going to answer a lot of questions for us.
Yeah, yeah. And the machine she was connected to, right? Am I right? Is this the weapon? Is this some Professor Xavier machine? What did they call that machine again? I forgot.
Cerebro.
Yeah, Cerebro. Is this a Cerebro of Stranger Things? Most likely.
Possibly. And then we get one of the most exciting moments of the season so far, right? And Vecna walking through the portal and just slaying left and right.
Yeah. And you know, the directors said that this was inspired by Lord Vader.
Oh.
And it had that energy.
It did have that energy,
Yeah, he
man.
just comes through. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, I knew they weren't gonna play around with the violence this episode when I saw like Elle like snapping necks like so easily.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, this episode is gonna get dark real fast, and they did not disappoint because man, that death scene when Vecna stabbed that soldier with his fingers to the freaking face.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy graphic.
He was not playing games. Then he sent his minions. They were everywhere.
Yeah, he was blowing back the fire, blowing up, taking grenades out, throwing into gasoline tanks.
He's like, these are my kids.
Just made
my children.
Made a complete fool of the military, man. It was like they would look like ants.
Yeah, I mean, they need some more firepower. I mean, you got an intergalactic space being and that amount of people are there.
And you're just going to shoot guns at them. You would think that with their military testing that they've been doing up the Upside Down for the last 18 months, they would know bullets don't really affect it enough.
Yeah.
They brought one flamethrower out.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Like they should have had many flamethrowers. They should have had like flamethrower attached grenade launchers, bazookas, something. Yeah. They would have known bullets don't affect this object or this being, rather.
Yeah, they were pretty flying blind on the situation.
Didn't make any sense, honestly. Completely incompetent. And I guess you had to be for the story plot line, but I guess that could be a plot hole in itself. Like they've been doing 18 months worth of experiments.
I mean, then again, they never really saw him. This is the first time they ran into him. Which is also interesting too, because like 11 originally thought that it was Vecna in the laboratory. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel like he might have planted that.
Like Vecna planted in her mind?
Like he made her think.
That was all her own doing.
Possibly.
Because when she did the inception on the soldier's brain, she's like, oh, he had to be back there because she felt the sonar ability.
The presence of someone strong. I mean, she felt Cerebro.
And the kryptonite on the other side.
Yeah.
So she's like, it has to be him because who else could it be? She wasn't even thinking about it.
He's smart, man. He's playing chess.
He definitely is, man. And
the reason I say that is because, right, someone had to turn off the machine.
Right.
So you never know. Maybe he planned for them to be there to do that.
I think he just got lucky.
So? He's like, yes, this is my moment.
I mean, his minions would have been honestly enough. Like they took them down a little bit with the fire. Mind you, could have used more, but like they were probably enough to still overpower the military at this point.
Yeah, that's true. You know, Vecna's been in this upside down world. Like, what does he do in his spare time? I'm always curious. Like, you don't have TV, you don't have nothing. Like, what are you doing?
He just plots.
He's just plotting all day. He's angry. All right, so the most interesting scene of this whole season is Will's power up. I mean, what a show.
Electrifying.
And the ratings of this episode are the highest we've ever seen.
Ecstatic.
I mean, when his eyes turned white, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. I got goosebumps.
Is he tapping in?
I thought I was getting the hive mind.
Tapping in, right? You thought he was getting the hive mind?
I was like, oh, snap.
Why can't I feel Will right now? What's going on? He's in my brain too. Like, that's crazy. But no, that scene was, I mean, it was pure cinema. It was pure cinema.
Yeah. I was wondering how he was going to control the third one. And now, like, he used his head. I was like,
oh, yeah. He was like, He's like, come here. You ain't getting away.
It'd be like, there's a fourth one like Michael Jackson. He just like,
yeah, right. With his pelvis. Yeah, that would have been funny. They should have had that in, right, for the fourth one. That would have been hilarious.
Definitely. I mean, hey, but now he's actually got even more utility. He finally, this is the moment I've been waiting for. They've been hinting it on all season a little bit here and there. They had a lot of foreshadowing this episode. The episode's called Sorcerer, which is Will's like D&D name, right? And then Mike had that whole conversation with him. Robin had that whole conversation with him.
Yeah.
You know, so it was coming, but I'm glad they did a great job setting it up, and it just did not disappoint.
It was phenomenal, but it still left some questions, right? There's some conspiracies around.
So many
this
questions, honestly, did actually.
A lot of fans are wondering, you know, did Will always have these abilities? And, you know, the mental block he had was really just not having any courage or believing in himself at all.
Definitely.
You know, that's a conspiracy. Or is he really using Vecna's power?
And so I really think it really comes down to what I mentioned earlier in the episode, where the Mind Flayer and Vecna are not the same. And I think we're going to see that in this season. I think there's going to be a segregation where I really believe that Vecna is afraid of the Mind Flayer and maybe being possessed by him. Almost like you're saying his memories are fragmented because he's being held captive by the Mind Flayer. It's almost like he thought he was controlling the Mind Flayer, but the Mind Flayer is controlling him.
Yeah, it could be a possibility that Sam will find another version of Henry within Henry. And it's like, you've been here this whole time. This is the real you. And he's like, oh, save me. And then later on, they join forces or something. And then he gets left behind and has to die along with Vecna.
Yeah, we might actually see
as the finale.
A retribution of Vecna. Maybe he becomes the good guy.
A lot of shows do that. You know, I could see that. He's like... You know, he's fragmented.
It would suck a bit because like they just hyped him up so good in last season as a villain, you know? And then for us to get that like flip on it, it would be cool, but at the same time it kind of just like kills the tension.
We need to save Henry from Henry. The whole crew, you know? Whoever it is, you know, they're setting up Will, I believe at least, and this is, you know, theories, of course. They're setting up Will for a body swap. That's how I see it. If he indeed planned this whole situation for Will to ripen with his new abilities, I think some type of body swap, you know, situation might be coming.
I think that theory is true. I could see that for sure, but I don't think it falls for Vecna's plan. I think it's all the Mind Flayer playing and pulling the strings in the back end.
Yes.
Because he got possessed by Vecna at one point, right? Like we saw that in the cutaway from the beginning of the episode 1 when it went back in time.
Yeah.
Right. But we also know, if you go back to season 1, when he was possessed, it was the Mind Flayer that got into him. It was those like black funnels that got into his eyelids and his face. And he was like all like spirited away. Right. So I really think maybe it's the Mind Flayer trying to recreate another Vecna. Possibly. In a sense. So it could have more foot soldiers, like you're saying. So in a way, it is the same thing.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say this is because like there's a Millie Bobby interview that's been out, right? Where she kind of like let loose a little too much information, saying that Vecna's not really the villain that we think he is.
Oh, okay. That might make sense.
And a lot of people forget because we've been introduced Vecna so heavily last season that the Mind Flayer and Vecna are not the same people. They're actually two separate beings. They just got like integrated, almost like Venom.
Yeah, like a Venom symbiosis.
Symbiosis with Henry. That's what's really happening.
That might be why he has like meat healing. meat healing manipulation skills.
The power of the meat.
Exactly. That's what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I've always wondered how you get infinite healing abilities.
Yeah, and how he could control the Demogorgons.
And that was a question I've always had, right? Where did the Demogorgons even come from? Did Vecna just create life forms?
No, they come from the Mind Flayer.
So you might have a point there, buddy.
Yeah.
You might have a point.
What happens when he got thrown into the upside down world by 11 when she shunned him through? Like he found this being, the Mind Flayer.
You're right. You're right.
Yes.
They were giants.
Yes. And
he found them.
And he was able to communicate with them with his like telekinesis ability.
Yes.
So he thinks he took over them, but in reality, it's like a symbiosis where the symbiote took over him.
There you go, guys.
And there you go.
Venom. He's Venom of Stranger Things.
He is, basically. But
that's a good one.
But he's connected to the hive mind still. So that's the problem. You can't.
They're all connected. So, yeah, the theory still stands. Sam will find Henry within Henry. And we don't think this is actually, Henry the whole time. The Mind Flayer might be controlling him. And they're setting up Will for a body swap.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. All right, so that's enough of episode 1 through 4. Let's talk about some of the fan favorites, like Derek. Derek the douche. I mean, the fans are going crazy over this kid.
Yeah, well, he has a big mouth on him. He's always telling everyone to suck a fat one.
Yeah, he was funny. He was funny. I'm not sure if I consider him important, but apparently, you know, the fans are really happy with his performance.
Now, he came out of nowhere right to the top of the charts on the list. He's this series' favorite.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always one every series.
He's their Eddie, right? Yeah.
Eddie. Speaking of Eddie, fans are still wondering if Eddie's going to come back. Will Sam find Eddie in the brain world?
I don't know.
We don't know what happened. They never found the body. He could be connected to Vecna now, for all we know.
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a reason that Dustin's all upset in his emotions. You know, perhaps we will see some Eddie retribution scene.
I hope so, but I'm still a devil's advocate on this one. I think he's done.
Yeah, you think he's gone?
I think he's gone.
We got to bring back Billy.
Yeah.
Billy, we need Billy. That's who we need.
I want Billy back too, but he's gone too, man.
If they brought Billy back, that would be crazy.
That would be dope.
All right, and to add to that, like, where's Derek's parents? His parents still haven't woke up. All these things have been happening.
They must be still tied up at the barn.
Oh, that'd be hilarious, right?
They should have put that as like end credits.
Like
scene.
later on, everybody's doing their thing. They're like, oh, the parents.
Like tied up at the barn trying to wrestle out.
Yeah, that would have been a good ending.
That would have been a good post-credit scene.
Oh,
like
yeah.
They just wake up and they're like, what the? You know?
That would have been hilarious, actually. That would have been a really good scene. Yeah. They missed the opportunity.
They really did miss the opportunity. But at least Derek got his redemption back. You know, he has redeemed himself this episode. He is kind of a cool kid now. I like him. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up the biggest moments you needed to see in Stranger Things Season 5, Episodes 1 through 4. I hope you guys really enjoyed where the season's going. We are loving it. I think it's one of the best so far, and it's going to kill numbers this year. And stay tuned for some more as we keep going into the show, and be prepared for more updates.
Take care.